Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching 90 Day Fiancé. As I always say, don't use YouTube as a replacement for therapy. If you need therapy, get a therapist. You deserve it. Let's watch the show.
So, have you given any thought anymore about who's going to the wedding? Or you need me to go, like, hold his hand and make sure he does good, or?
Okay, as I've been saying from the beginning, there's nothing wrong with the mom saying, I really wish I could be at the wedding. There's also nothing wrong with Yara saying, no, I'd like you to be there, but since my family can't be there, I don't want anyone to be there. Because if you're there, then I'll feel bad that my family can't come, and my family will feel like I chose you guys over my parents, and them. So there's nothing wrong with both of those people having those opinions. Of course, it's Yara's choice about who comes to the wedding, Yara and Jovi's collective choice. And Jovi has stated that he will do what Yara wants to do. So she has more power, but there's nothing wrong with the two of them having their wishes and to ask for it and make a request. It always just comes down to how do you communicate about that in a way that speaks from the heart, but doesn't accuse and listens to the other person. Let's watch.
Still just going, y'all too? What's the deal?
I'm sorry, I didn't know yet about
You still don't know?
Yeah, about who will goes to.
Okay.
Ready to try them.
Okay, so Yara seemingly is avoiding the question. I'm pretty sure Yara knows the answer, which is no, you're not coming. But she avoided the question by saying, I don't really know. Maybe she's wanting Jovi to communicate that. I don't know. Let's watch.
But you look sad.
No, I'm not. Somebody finally is going to marry my kid. I'm emotional.
But it's not today.
No, it's soon, though. Look at you.
That's a interesting way to put it. Someone's finally going to marry my son. I'm emotional. I wonder what's behind that statement. But anyway, so this is good. She is expressing the core emotion of sadness, that I want to see, I understand that you want your family to be there, but he's my son, and I'm not going to be there. Now, for some of you, you might not be able to relate to that. For some others, you might be able to relate to that, particularly if you're older and you have older kids or any kind of kids that are starting to be the ages where you start imagining, I wonder if they're going to have a wedding one day. Imagine your own children, you can't be at their wedding. For some people, you're like, well, I understand, no big deal. For other people, that's devastating. It's like not being able to go to, I don't know, someone's graduation ceremony, or seeing someone go to their first prom, or drive their first car. I don't know, all the various different things that parents often really want to be there for their children. I mean, for a lot of parents, that's their prime directive, is I am here to raise my kids and to love them and to be there as they have those moments, to pay attention to them. And to be excluded, it just feels wrong. It feels like I'm being treated as a parent as if I'm a second-class citizen or something. And I just want to be there because he's my special boy and I want to see him get married, whatever the case may be. So the mom, up until this point anyway, has been kind of a little forceful, a little judgmental, a little overly assertive, shall we say. And right now she's going to that core feeling, seemingly on accident, but maybe that will help Yara to understand what's going on. It doesn't mean Yara has to change her mind, but at least it is a more fundamental communication of what's really happening for people. Instead of like, Yara, what's wrong with you? How dare you deny me access to my son's wedding? Instead, it's, I'm very sad about missing my son's wedding. Now, Yara could still say no, but I recognize your sadness and I'm really sorry for you. And I get that you're upset about it. So again, it's not what you decide. It's usually it's how you get to the decision or how you communicate about the decision.
You wait that when we will really get married.
I'm not going to be there. Y'all want to be by yourself. So I'm soaking all this in.
It's not about you, right? It's
I
just
know,
about
I
and
know.
no, not about you. Like, it's not like I don't want you exactly to be there. We were just planning to go there together.
I
That's
get it.
all.
Okay, it's good. So Yara seems to care about the mom because the mom is expressing sadness. And she says, oh, no, it's not about you. It's not about rejecting you. And what I would have loved for Yara to say is, I don't want anyone to be there because my family can't be there. At least that's what I thought the reason. But instead, what Yara ended with was, it's not about you. It's not a rejection of you. We're just getting married by ourselves. So what are the reasons for that? There could be glorious reasons for that. One being, again, that her family can't come, which makes sense. The other is she could just be like, look, I just want a small wedding. And I recognize that you want to be there, but I don't want to be worried about other people. And if other people are there, I'm going to get worried. And I just want it to be about us. Something along those lines. Maybe she can see it. Because I'm guessing that would help the mom to hear what is really going on inside of Yara's heart.
I just want wedding for me and Jovi. But Gwen has been so nice to me. She's been really welcome to me. And I start to feel a little bit guilty.
If you feel like it's making you so much upset, and I don't want you to be upset. If you want to go so much, I invite you to come.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. This episode has been a revelation. I don't think I reacted to the clips earlier where Yara and Jovi, particularly Yara, was talking about how great Jovi is and how he treats her really well. I'm going to assume that the alcohol thing is been worked out between the two of them. And now Yara is saying, yeah, if it upsets you, yeah, you can come. So that's great. I hope Yara doesn't regret that later. And can't the parents fly out as well? Anyway, point is that there's flexibility there. And the mom expressing her heart. And also Yara is recognizing that the mom's being very welcoming. I'm guessing that there's been a lot going on behind the scenes that they haven't been showing us. And so this is great. So 2 thumbs up to the two of them for communicating and hearing each other, having empathy. That's great.
When Jovi first told me about Yara and that she was from the Ukraine, I really kind of thought he was crazy. All the worries that I've had will always be there just because you worry about your children. But I'm seeing another side of Yara now that I'm truly getting to know her a little bit better.
Wow. I did not think that this would happen. And it always goes to show that you can never tell a relationship based on little bits and pieces, that you just never know. I learned this early in my career as a couples therapist. There were couples that came to me early in my career, and with some couples I'd be like, yeah, you guys are doing pretty well. Let's work on these things. I'm sure things will work out for you. I had other couples where I thought, oh boy, you're doomed. These two are not going to work. And over time, what I found was I never knew which couple was which. The couples I thought were going to work out because they had relatively low conflict and good intention and seemingly a higher level of differentiation, they sometimes wouldn't work out, meaning that they would get divorced or break up. And then the couples that I thought, boy, it looks like divorce is around the corner, maybe even recommended. I would never say that, but it just seemed that way because they were so conflictual and so contemptuous and so mean to each other and so incompatible in so many ways. And they would stay together for years and years and years and continue to see me. So early on in my career, we're talking 20 years ago, I decided I apparently, and maybe no one, has the ability to really tell. Now, John Gottman has research on how to code for certain behaviors that will point in the direction of more likelihood of divorce or not. But you just never know. I mean, there were plenty of couples that were observed under John Gottman's system that had all the markers of divorce, and yet they didn't. Now, some people stay together for reasons that aren't necessarily love. Maybe they're stuck together for various different reasons, or there's a power problem. But the point is that what this shows me, and maybe for all of us, is that just looking at Jovi and Yara and going like, wow, they don't seem like they're going to work out as a couple. It's just hard to know. I mean, love makes the world go round, and it's a powerful thing, and it can sometimes supersede all of our problems. And so maybe that's what we're seeing right here.
I think this is the dress which I want. I will pick this dress.
Great. I like it.
And you're coming to the wedding. And
I'm going. Yay.
I'm so happy that I found a wedding dress and that Gwen was able to join me for a dress shopping. It will be so much sad if I will need to go to choose my wedding dress by myself.
All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.